And a good Friday evening to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at the current precipitation field, wrapping around an area of low pressure, you can see temperatures have warmed up and continue to be fairly warm here. They may dip down into the upper 20s before this precipitation actually makes it in here across parts of northern Vermont east of the Greens. It's going to remain relatively warm west of the Green Mountains. The flow of air is starting to increase and picking up slightly warmer air the whole time. And one other quick note here is thunderstorms have developed in the sort of mid-Atlantic states here, and kind of rolling up into parts of New Jersey, and that's going to support some heavier precipitation that's going to be pushing its way from south to north. 18Z model run of the European looks like this. We're going to move a little bit of precipitation, very light and mixed, by up through about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. That's going to continue to spread north, picks up a little bit more intensity. That's where these thunderstorms have just now moved from northeast. And then this continues to pick up just a little bit more intensity. We're around 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. And note, basically lighter snows have just made it now into the Northeast Kingdom and so forth. So that's going to pick up in intensity, and there's this maximum of precipitation here, a pretty good lifting mechanism as we start to see a transfer of low pressure into southern New England and start to jump off the coast. And it's enhancing the snowfall across mainly southern parts of Vermont. And you can kind of see how that transition takes place with that area of low pressure now pulling into about the same latitude. And conditions begin to dry slot a little bit and dry out. A little bit of rain, mixed wet snow, but the damage will have been done. And looking at the snowfall moving in, the snowfall rates at 1 hour, start to see a little bit of that light snow roughly about midnight or so, 1 o'clock, and that continues to spread north. And then it intensifies here. Note the sort of mesoscale band here and a little higher intensity of precipitation, which then blossoms both New Hampshire and Vermont, and it works its way north. Now this is about 7 o'clock in the morning. This is when I think the snowfall rates will exceed, of course, about 1.5 inches. And it kind of spreads up sort of the spine of the Green Mountains, gets into sort of north-central Vermont, begins to fall apart as that area of low pressure begins to become the main center and then pull north. By the time we get around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, we're looking at conditions to support just some light snow showers, mainly in the northwest corner of the state, so things are starting to wind down pretty quickly at that point. And with gradient wind gusts, you can see the spine of the Greens starting to show up with some gusts here, but we're pretty marginal. And again, in conjunction with that heavier precipitation taking place overnight, we're starting to see that and spread up the entire Greens. So the summit's mainly affected, not really considering this to be a strong wind event at all. There could be some isolated impacts, but for the most part, it's out of here during the afternoon as well. Total snowfall depicted by the National Weather Service is reasonable, maybe a little bit on the low side in some locations, but again, very much elevation-based and certainly along the Green Mountains. Here's a quick look at the Velko Wharf. You can see it's moving in. These are the times it's taking place: 5 o'clock in the morning, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'd be 10 o'clock, 11. And finally, we get into noon. That's 1 o'clock. From that point, I think things are wound down. And here's the HER model, the HRRR. You can see that this is about 07Z, so it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see it's snowing pretty good. And then that mixes out. Still could be some snow involved there, but this is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we're looking at lighter rainfall as temperatures warm with a big thrust of warmth. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.